Hello, I'm Jacob. You're watching the Preppers Bunker Outdoors. I want to talk to you today about the Delta variant and things that I think that would be prudent for you to consider as we go into cold and flu season for the fall and winter of 2021. Real quick, I want to talk about something that a sleuth brought up on this channel a couple videos ago. They deduced from the sounds that they heard in my video that I had the audacity to film on my own property. Now, this guy's a self-proclaimed Marine. I'm sure that he travels days into the woods just to leave a comment for some reason. And I will admit that I don't even have the decency to be ashamed of the fact that I do most of my filming on my own property. I don't even leave to go to somebody else's property to do videos. You know, it is what it is. It's kind of part of the reason why I bought property, but you know, here you are on my little 100-yard range. Nothing too fancy. It is where I do the majority of my practice. I do think for you to understand what I mean there, you need to understand the difference between training and practice, but where I do most of my practice. And so, you got me. We are here on the property. Sometimes I even do videos inside my house. It's crazy. So, I want to talk to you about a couple things, and these aren't necessarily things that you should be doing just because of the Delta variant. Although if you're not doing these things, they are things that you should consider doing because of the Delta variant, and they're probably things that you should consider continuing to do just to simply be a more self-sufficient and self-reliant human being. After all, the end state of liberty and freedom has to come from an ungovernable population, and to be ungovernable you have to be or work towards being self-sufficient, right? Last winter we saw the great toilet paper shortage, you know, and I was barely able to get wet wipes and diapers for my newborn baby. Hadn't stocked up on them. And, you know, anytime you do a video like this, probably 50% of your comments are going to be, there's nothing to worry about, you're overreacting, everything's going to be normal, they're going to take care of us, don't worry about it, something like that. Those are the same people that will kill you running in line at Walmart to go buy a flat screen TV, and who were trying to return 14 pallet loads of toilet paper once stuff actually started happening. So I would encourage you not only to not listen to those people, but also to call them morons in the description box below. Not the description box, the comment section. So I think that we're going to have a food shortage this winter. I really do think that we will. A lot of different places are already having some degree of a food shortage. Every place is different. I know that my local grocery has not had sugar for like 6 months. That's freaking weird. I have to drive into town to get sugar. Why would the shelves be empty of sugar for 6 months? That's not why I'm saying this, though. Why I'm saying this is the collapse of this nation from an undercurrent of socialism into outright fascism and ultimately communism has had a severe impact on the economy. And it already wasn't a free market economy. I mean, anybody with a couple brain cells to rub together knows that. When you have an economy where giant corporations use government to legislate business to their own ends, and then you have ultimate corporations getting into government and government getting into ultimate corporations, you no longer have a free market, okay? But we're kind of in the death throes right now, and it's going to have an effect. Bottom line. So again, I don't care to be an alarmist, and I'm not telling you to go knock your neighbor's door down for the toilet paper. However, I think that you should really consider having some extra dry goods, beans, rice, the simple stuff. It costs you almost nothing. You probably don't know how to cook it if it's not in an instant bag or a can, but it's easy to learn. You currently have the internet, which will let you look up whatever information you could possibly want, so long as it doesn't need to be censored for political reasons. Stock up on some dry goods, stock up on some canned goods. Do it now while the sheep will call you an alarmist and a psycho, so that you don't have to worry about doing it later while the sheep are killing people in line to literally get these same things once it's too late to get them easily. Canned goods, you know, a little bit can go a long ways. You know, we'll probably have some kind of breadline situation going on. However, one thing you may need to consider that hasn't been a regular problem in a really long time, but used to be, is scurvy. I would encourage you to pick up some extra vitamin C, because if you're on a really bland, dirt cheap diet, potentially working really hard and not getting the nutrients that you're used to, one of the hardest things to procure without fresh produce can be vitamin C. And it's really cheap to buy. It's really easy to get. So, you know, that's most of what I want to say to you guys. I don't act like my video is gonna start this crazy rush and the whole country is going to collapse because my video caused everybody to go into a panic. Like, don't be an idiot. The few people that hang around, that watch these videos, and that, you know, can rub a couple brain cells together, if you're not already, I would just like to encourage you to go do these things, because ultimately I am here with this channel to help good people. Think about alternative means of heat. You know, wood heat could be a big deal. Texas learned the hard way that if the power goes out and things get really cold, life can get really bad. Also, I want to remind you that as a father and as a mother with a child, whether it's newborn or special needs or anything else, the hospital does not have responsibility for your child, the police do not have responsibility for your child, and the government does not take responsibility for your child. You do. So if you don't have what you need for an emergency for your family, you can't blame anybody else. Get what you need beforehand. You know, if you've got a newborn baby or a great-grandfather that you're taking care of that needs oxygen, invest and get a little bit extra. Now, also have wool blankets. Let me tell you right now, if you crank your air conditioner down to 65 degrees, you will find that all of your blankets and your mattress are entirely inadequate. We ran out of propane my first year of being married, living in a farmhouse with like no insulation. And the inside of our house, we had electric, so we had a couple electric heaters. I put them under the sink so the plumbing wouldn't freeze, and the house got down to 18 degrees. You need to have a sleeping bag for that, but the normal blankets and stuff that you have are 100% inadequate. 100%. You can crawl under like 20 thick cotton regular blankets when it starts dipping down in temperature, and it will feel like they're doing nothing for you. The flip side of that is you can crawl under too many and go from freezing to sweating to freezing again really quick as well. our entire culture's sleep is based on a temperature of 68 to 74 degrees. Mattresses, blankets, the whole 9 yards. So guys, have sleeping bags for everybody in the family, have extra wool blankets, and don't be relying on some stupid candle and ceramic clay pot trick that you saw on Pinterest. As a young guy in a very cold house, I gave it a try. It does not work. It is physically impossible. Think about it now, before it's too late to think about it. The patch here is Stand Strong Art. You can support this channel by checking out the description box below. I'm hoping that you watch this video on Odyssey. We're trying to get away from YouTube because it's freaking evil, like a lot of the other things I talk about. In the description box below, you'll see my websites. One is Beach and Tactical for my custom rifle slings. One is Exodus Knife and Tool for my brand of knives, which are manufactured in Michigan. I've got social media links. I'm an affiliate with Palmetto State Armory and Brownell, so if you're going to buy gun parts from them, doesn't matter what it is, if you use my link, I get a bit of a kickback. Helps the channel, doesn't cost you anything. I do have a Patreon if you want to be personally involved with helping to make this channel possible. I appreciate you watching. I'm trying to get to the comment section with the recent explosion of the channel. You know, it's been dang near impossible. I've been relegated to giving thumbs up to all of the normal comments, throwing out a couple hearts, and then mostly responding to the morons who like to broadcast their stupidity for all to see. You know, for truly thoughtful comments, I still absolutely try to get in there and respond. And every single one I read, and I do greatly appreciate. So, that's the spiel for that, guys. Just do some basic stuff. A little bit of extra now can make a huge difference later, and it may not seem like it, but right now, let's be honest, it's really easy. Even buying ammo. Ammo's exploded in price. Guess what? It's really easy. It's only going to get harder. It's only going to get scarier. You're only going to wish that you did more earlier. And if you continue to do nothing in your current situation, that will never change. So I hope that you have a blessed day, and see you in the comment section below.